Gamescom kicked off Wednesday with opening night live stream, a 2-hour show featuring updates on major titles coming in the next few months including Halo Infinite, Far Cry 6 and Call of Duty, Vanguard. There were also 2 big reveals with the Saints Row reboot and Marvel's Midnight Suns. Elden Ring, Midnight Suns, Halo Infinite and the best games from Gamescom 2021. Keep an eye on these holiday 2021 and beyond games, including a controversial Saints Row reboot. Gamescom was all virtual this year, but that didn't stop the trade show from showcasing a lineup of great games we'll soon get our hands on. The week-long event featured several live streams, like the Xbox Showcase and Jeff Keighley's opening night live. Many of the games made a lasting impression, and we've collected the highlights that stood out from the week, most of which you'll get to play either this year or in early 2022. The Saints Row reboot was exceptional. The high-octane open-world action series Saints Row always felt like an appropriate counter to Rockstar Games' Grand Theft Auto series. Though both are about mingling with unsavory gangsters and engaging in hostile takeovers to grow your criminal enterprise, Saints Row did it through the lens of a parody, taking a self-parodying view that the GTA series wouldn't dare to. What other open-world crime simulator has minigames focusing on insurance fraud and other bumbling yet still lucrative schemes to boost your gang's rep? The later entries introduce Matrix-style action and mayhem, but developer Volition is focusing on a more back-to-basics approach for the reboot of Saints Row. It's more about snatching up rival turf and bonding with your crew of criminals. At least based on the latest trailer, this reboot for Saints Row may be a fun return to form for the franchise. Next, Far Cry 6. The next entry in this long-running open-world action series takes players back to the tropical settings of earlier games. In Far Cry 6, players assume the role of Danny Rojas, a native of the island of Yara who joins a revolutionary army to take down menacing yet charismatic dictator Anton Castillo. The latest trailer focuses heavily on Castillo, showing off Esposito's powerhouse performance. We also get to see more of Dani's story, taking on different story in Castillo's regime with an assortment of weapons and gadgets. The Far Cry series has a particular way of letting players dive into its world and offers the tools to cause as much mayhem as possible. Based on what we've seen so far, Far Cry 6 is certainly hitting all the right notes for what this series does best, and we'll be able to see much more of it once it comes out, later in October. Next up is Halo Infinite. It's been a rough ride for the Halo series since 343 Industries took the baton from Bungie, so the stakes are high for Halo Infinite. The game had a tortured development period, but a light is at the end of the tunnel. Gamescom gave us the release date of December 8th. It also gave us a cinematic trailer for the free-to-play multiplayer half of the game, which by all accounts is very promising. There's still no new footage of the single-player campaign, since its much-maligned debut in July 2020. That's troubling, but we rather enjoyed the vibe and back-to-basics aesthetic of what the team is clearly shooting for. Can't wait for this one. Next up, so everyone know about this game and also most anticipated games of all 2021. Dying Light 2 expands on the original's fast action and smooth traversal aka parkour gameplay set in a zombie-infested world. New footage from Gamescom focuses on the expanded run, jump and climb gameplay, with the protagonist evading several infected and other hostile survivors. It reminded us of the exciting sense of speed and raw power that the original excelled at. With its release set for December, you'll finally be able to get your hands on the sequel to one of 2015's surprise hits. Now Xbox Series exclusive game of 2022. The first 8 minutes of Forza Horizon 5 debuted at Gamescom, and the game looks exactly like you'd expect. And if you've played a previous Horizon game, that's a great compliment. The franchise is known for incredible graphics, varied gameplay challenges and satisfying open-world driving. Forza Horizon 5, from Playground Games, looks to take that formula and tighten it up further with Series X improvements. And best of all, it'll be available for Xbox Game Pass from day one. Next up is classic 2D style 8-bit game. For Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fans of a certain age, 1991's Turtles in Time remains the Turtles' best video game outing. Their upcoming adventure, Shredder's Revenge, may be a worthy successor. Developed by Dotemu, the studio behind Streets of Rage 4 and Tribute Games, Shredder's Revenge is a classic side-scrolling beat-em-up that's definitely in the vein of Turtles in Time. Featuring gorgeous pixel art, 4-player couch co-op, and the classic cast from the 80s cartoon including April O'Neil, who's appearing as a playable character this time around, it's an alluring blend of nostalgia and modern gameplay sensibilities. And now we have new Call of Duty 2021. Thought 2021 would pass without a new Call of Duty game. Think again. At Gamescom, Sledgehammer Games unveiled Call of Duty, Vanguard, a World War II shooter that'll firmly plant you in the 3 major theaters of war, Europe's Western Front, its Eastern Front, and the Pacific Theater. In addition to a beautiful CG trailer, we also saw gameplay from the horrifying Battle of Stalingrad. Vanguard is set to hit all platforms on November 5th, about 2 weeks after Battlefield 2042. Next one is for Marvel fans. Following a series of rumors over the summer, the next Marvel video game was revealed Wednesday as part of the Gamescom event. Midnight Suns is a new tactical role-playing game from Firaxis Games, developer of the brilliant XCOM 2, and it's inspired by the popular 90s comic series of the same name. This game brings together a roster of well-known big-screen heroes such as Captain America, Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel and Wolverine, and these characters will work with other fan-favorite Marvel characters such as Blade and Ghost Rider to face off against while you'll take command of a team of heroes just like in Marvel's Avengers. The story and gameplay of Midnight Suns will focus on an original character created just for this game. Known as the Hunter, they are an ancient warrior who Doctor Strange revives from the dead to face off against Lilith, who also happens to be their mother. The reveal trailer focuses heavily on the story of Midnight Suns, which takes inspiration from the 1990s comic event Rise of the Midnight Suns, which saw many of Marvel's more magic-oriented heroes and anti-heroes face off against enemies wielding the mystic arts. While the trailer does give a vibe similar to the Avengers game, the tone is noticeably darker, which will make for an exciting change of pace compared to other Marvel games. So what's your best game for 2022? Leave a comment. As always, thank you for watching. If you enjoy and got information from this video, a sub to the channel will be appreciated. Thanks for the support. I'll see you guys on the next video.